Every year on budget day, two things happen. First, people say nothing for the middle class. Second, everyone suddenly becomes an economist. But to actually understand budget 2026, you don't need a finance degree. You just need answers to these three simple questions. Where does the government earn money from? Where does it spend that money? And what does it choose to build for the future? If you understand these three questions, you already understood the budget better than most of the noise online. Think of it like your monthly salary. Income is limited, expenses feel unlimited. Rent, EMIs and groceries are fixed, and then there are upgrades you still want. So you either cut the spending or borrow from someone else. That is exactly how a government budget works. India runs a deficit budget, meaning the government spends more than it earns and the gap is filled through borrowing. Now, let us make this real using the most useful budget lens. If India earns rupee 1, where does it come from? Out of every 1 rupee, 21 paise comes from income tax, 18 paise from corporate tax, 18 paise from GST and other taxes, 6 paise from union excise duty, 4 paise from customs duty, 10 paise from non-tax revenue, and 2 paise from non-debt capital receipts. Even after all this, the government still has to borrow 24 paise. So borrowing is not a side issue, it's built into the system. Now, the headline numbers. For budget 2026, total receipts are estimated at Rs 36.51 lakh crore. Total expenditure is 53.47 lakh crore. The gap, Rs 16.95 lakh crore, is what the government will borrow. That one line explains a lot. The country is building, maintaining, paying fixed bills, and debt keeps the system running. Next question. Where does this money go? Look at the 1 rupee spending split. Out of every 1 rupee spent, 22 paise goes as state's share of taxes, 20 paise goes into interest payments, 17 paise into central sector schemes, 11 paise into defense, 8 paise into centrally sponsored schemes, 7 paise into finance commission and other transfers, 7 paise into other expenditure, 6 paise into sub-major subsidies, and 2 paise into civil pensions. Pause here for a moment. Interest alone takes 20%. That money builds no road and no hospital. It only services the past borrowing. That is why debt and deficit matter. Now, let us see priorities through ministry allocations. The Ministry of Finance gets 19.72 lakh crore, and within that, interest payments alone are 14.03 lakh crore. Finance also transfers around 3.94 lakh crore back to the states. Defense gets 7.84 lakh crore, including 1.71 lakh crore for pensions and 2.19 lakh crore for capital expenditure. Roads and highways receive 3.9 lakh crore. Railways get 2.81 lakh crore. Consumer Affairs and Public Distribution gets 2.39 lakh crore with MSP subsidy at 2.28 lakh crore. Agriculture gets 1.40 lakh crore, where schemes like PM Kisan, crop insurance and interest subsidy together are around 98,300 crore. Education receives 1.39 lakh crore at the central level. Now, the future building direction. There is a clear push towards the long-term capacity. A national fiber scheme for the textile self-reliance, a national handloom and handicrafts mission, and support for a rare earth corridor across Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, Kerala and Tamil Nadu, which is critical for the EVs, electronics and defense supply chains. On infrastructure, the budget proposes 7 high-speed rail corridors including Mumbai-Pune, Pune-Hyderabad, Hyderabad-Bengaluru, Chennai-Bengaluru, Delhi-Varanasi and Varanasi-Siliguri. There's also 5,000 crore allocated over 5 years for city-based infrastructure with focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. Tourism and services also get attention. 5 medical tourism hubs training 10,000 tourist guides with IIM support, eco-tourism and trekking circuits, Buddhist circuits in the northeast and a mental health push with Nimans too and regional hubs. These are strong ideas, but execution will decide everything. So, instead of only asking what did I get, ask whether the money is going into assets that improve the productivity, exports and long-term growth. So that was Budget 2026, clean, practical and without any noise. For more such simple breakdowns of markets, money, and policy, subscribe to Tradejini YouTube channel. Thank you for watching.
Investments in the securities market are subject to market risk. Read all the related documents carefully before investing. The securities are quoted as an example and not as a recommendation.